Welcome, everyone, to another great episode of Backstage Assault. It's going to be a heated match. What is Wayne McNeil? He's just walking to the ring. Wonder what he could be doing. He has a microphone in his hand. Obviously has something to say. He just shoved one of our cameramen to the ground.
Last week, I suffered my first loss ever in SCCW. I'm tired of people saying Trent Connors is the reason I win. Now, yes, I lost last week and he wasn't here, but he's not here this week. And I'm doing a World Championship Open Challenge right now. Anyone in the back, Kid, Hawaiian, Lynx, Woods, anybody, I don't care. Lewis, get your ass out here now. I'm gonna beat your ass for the title.
Well, the challenge laid down. Wayne McNeil and his challenger is the same man that beat him last week. Will we see a repeat? Will we see a new heavyweight champion be crowned in this open challenge put down by Wayne McNeil? Now entering, standing 6'3", weighing in at 195 pounds. Here's ruthless aggression, Marcus Woods. Marcus Woods making his way for the second week in a row to face this man, this time for the world title. And again, getting smacked in the face is Woods. Oh, again, a spear. But Woods looks like he hurt his shoulder somehow. McNeil is popping to his feet like it didn't affect. He had the championship around his waist. Woods went shoulder first into the gold. That could not have done good. That hard metal there, that is not good for the shoulder. And McNeil walks up and a big forearm smash to the face there by McNeil. He's picking Woods up and wringing that arm, jerking it, trying to get it out of socket. He's working that shoulder after doing really a smart maneuver. Oh, and he drops him down almost like a DDT to the shoulder. And this nice submission here. That is a very painful looking maneuver. Woods give up here. Will he tap out? It looks like he's not wanting to. He's punching McNeil. Punched him a couple times in the shoulder, and McNeil relents. The forearm throwing a couple more shoulders. He has what looks like in a hammerlock right here.
Do you give up?
A different variation of a hammerlock. Laying down and pulling on that arm. That's going to do damage to the shoulder. That's going to do damage to the elbow. And Woods in a lot of pain. He is fading to this bigger guy. The pain looks like maybe too much for Woods. His hand falls, and he's trying to get strength to get back out. Somehow, an elbow to the forehead caught McNeil. Woods' shoulder is killing him. Holding it right now. Throws the left hand there. Couple of left-handed blows. And then a big punch to the face with that right. Double underhooks going for the deep Woods. McNeil, though, beating that shoulder. He gets him off, and a big scoop slam there. Woods on the ground now. This is a very different matchup than what we saw last week between these two individuals. This is something that's, as I said last week, has been brewing for a little bit. He's going right back after that shoulder, that right shoulder. Drops him to the ground, another DDT-like maneuver there to the shoulder, doing a lot of damage to the joints.
I got lucky last week. I was caught off guard.
The world champion. Big clothesline there, it looks like.
Come on.
He's looking like he's going for a bankrupt elbow he's calling for. He's lowered his forearm band, possibly going for that bankrupt elbow. Big DDT there by Marcus Woods. This could be his chance right here. This could be the chance to turn the tide in this match. We thought at the beginning Woods had advantage again, but McNeil had that title still around his waist. Big sliding knee missed. And McNeil gets up quick. Big forearm to the face there. Ripcord, and there it is. Giant $1 million lariat.
1,
and the pin.
2, 3.
And Wayne McNeil walks away victorious after a variation on the $1 million lariat. A ripcord variant of it. Woods stirring, not quite to his feet yet. But Wayne McNeil's still our heavyweight champion, and his win record goes up.
Next. Lion? Lynx? Kid again? Welcome all challenges. I don't need Trent Connors, never did. Never will. That's something you can bank on.
Wow, what a great match between these two awesome athletes. We've seen one member of McNeil Enterprises just now win their match. The other half, Trent Connors, we heard from last week, speaking about the...
You have done well, my demon. You have won and lost. Now it's time to show your dominance. Defeat the Superman, and I will ensure you fight for gold.
Yes, my creator.
One of the longest lasting rivalries in the company so far is Young History. We're going to be seeing, once again, the Demon of the Dark take on the Superman of Submission. The Gremlin takes on Jeremy Lewis in our main event. Making his way to the ring, standing 6'2", weighing 260 pounds. He is the Superman of Submission, Jeremy Lewis. Jeremy Lewis has only lost to the Gremlin in his career once. That was on an episode of Fever Pitch, and it was the quickest of quick roll-up pins. It was not a long pinfall. Let's just say he didn't have a very dominant win. Making his way to the ring, standing 5'8", weighing 160 pounds. The Demon of the Dark. He is the Gremlin. And the Gremlin making his way to the ring. We've seen a different side of the Gremlin recently that we have never, quite frankly, seen from him. A more determined, a more objectified path he's on. He knows what he wants and he's after it. He's got a driven look in his eye. He's facing Jeremy Lewis. This is their 4th meeting overall. Gremlin only winning once in that very first matchup on an episode of Fever Pitch with a quick roll-up. Lewis goes for the clothesline, misses, and he comes back with a huge lariat, knocking the Gremlin's head off, his shoulders almost, turning him inside out. This is their 4th meeting, and he's only won once, the Gremlin has, and it was as quick a win as you could possibly get. Jeremy Lewis with a giant elbow drop there, jumping from the outside of the ring. He's getting the Gremlin up. Big punch to the sternum of the Gremlin, falling to the ground. And a big knee stomp. The bigger man smashing that knee into the ground pretty much. And now laying some shots into the head of Gremlin. Jeremy Lewis is huge. 6'2", 260 pounds. 100 pounds heavier than the Gremlin here. And, I mean, the guy's just a monster. He's getting him on his shoulders. One can only assume he's going to go for that cyclone toss. He did. He threw him clean off the shoulders about 2 feet to get him into that padded area. What a toss there. Cyclone toss. And he goes for a pin here.
1, 2.
And a kick out by Gremlin at 2. Jeremy Lewis getting to a standing position now. Gremlin on the ground.
Why are you fighting?
This rivalry, this feud, has been going on for 3 years now. A lot of frustration from Lewis, thinking the last time they faced each other on the on the 3rd episode of Backstage Assault, whenever he beat the Gremlin in 30 seconds in this exact arena, he thought the feud was over. He thought the Gremlin was done. He was done fighting the Gremlin. But here today, he's facing him again. The Gremlin double arm chops, as we've seen him use quite a bit. And then Lewis grabs his leg off, doing some leg kicks. And now he's into that single leg Boston Crab. He's wrenching back. Something fierce. Screaming, twerking and twisting on that ankle. Rearing back. And the Gremlin looks like he's trying to turn, get out of this. And he does not. He turns back into the same maneuver, just repositioned. A big kick to the ribs releases the hold, it looks like. Jeremy Lewis grabbing that ankle again, twerking it while he's rearing back. A variation of that single leg Boston Crab we've seen him use. And the Gremlin kicking over and over in the spine of Jeremy Lewis in order to get out of that maneuver. Lewis down on a knee and Gremlin unable to stand at the moment. What could we possibly see happen in this match? This is different than any match we've seen thus far between the pair of them.
Get up!
Jeremy Lewis pacing, stalking the Gremlin, who is trying to make his way to his feet. Huge clothesline from hell, turning the Gremlin inside out. And he pins the prone Gremlin.
2.
There's a 2 count, and the Gremlin kicks out long. 2 once again from the off-screen official. Jeremy Lewis chopping the thigh of Gremlin as he got up. After inflicting damage on that leg, he chops it.
1, 2.
And Gremlin at the stroke of 2 kicks out of another pin. Jeremy Lewis going for another pin, unrelenting in these pins.
1, 2.
Another 2 count, Gremlin kicks out. What is Jeremy Lewis thinking? What does he have to do to put the Gremlin away? He's done it so quickly the last time. Like I said, 36 seconds is how long it took on episode 3 of Backstage Assault for Jeremy Lewis to put this man away. He takes and throws him to the ground there. Didn't look like he got all of whatever kind of slam that was, but he did hit it on him.
2.
2 count again, the Gremlin kicks out. We're seeing a lot more pins from Jeremy Lewis than we're usually seeing. You got to do some bigger moves, man. Usually you hit him with a couple of moves and it's over. They're big moves. Right now it looks like he's really just working and taking his time. If I had to say anything. He's grabbed him around the waist and a huge elbow to the face. A big chop to the chest. A couple of leg kicks there by Gremlin. And another leg kick outside on that right leg. Throws Lewis into the ladder. This is an advantage. We haven't seen the Gremlin get an advantage in this match yet. This could be his chance to win. This is a no disqualification match between the pair of them. So anything goes. And he tries for a chair shot. And he does not get it. Lewis rips the chair out of his hands. Big kick to the gut. Another kick to the gut. Another big kick to the gut there. Kick to the chest it looked like actually that time. Gremlin lining him up for something possibly. Comes back up, throws another punch. Another big chop to the chest looks like there. He grabs him, he goozles him, it looks like he could be going up. Choke slam, he tossed him that time though. And Jeremy Lewis exhausted the Gremlin after that huge choke slam, that toss slam. Jeremy Lewis just threw him. This could be over.
2.
2! And the Gremlin kicks out right at the stroke of 2. Lewis going for another pin possibly. And the referee, for whatever reason, not counting. Lewis urging him to.
1.
And the Gremlin kicks out there, it looks like. Right at the stroke of 2 as well. Right at the last second, right before 3. Both men exhausted right now. In the middle of this area, this padded area. Trying to make it to their feet. Slowly, both men are getting to their feet. This is by far the longest match so far that we've seen between the pair of them, I believe. Kicks him in the gut. It looked like he kneed him in the gut. And Jeremy Lewis back body drops the Gremlin, tossing him, it looked like 10 feet in the air. Gremlin making a hard fall to the mat. That was a huge maneuver. And now Jeremy Lewis working the back of the Gremlin.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
The Gremlin trying to get away from Lewis, who is clubbing him in the back. Lewis, an animal in this match, talking to the Gremlin the whole time. You can hear him.
Down.
Unrelenting. He turns him over. This could be the end right here if he goes for it, and he does a pin.
2.
And the Gremlin kicks out at 2. How is he kicked out of everything that Jeremy Lewis has thrown at him? He hit him with a clothesline from hell. He hit him with a giant lariat at the beginning. He did a choke slam that was more like a throw. How is the Gremlin still alive at this point, is the question I have at this moment. Lewis comes in right there. It looked like was going for a grapple, but you got to always watch the up kick, as they say in MMA. And he got kicked right in the chest. Big chop to the chest of Jeremy Lewis and a club to the back of the Gremlin. Punch to the chest, a punch to the midsection. Big punch to the gut. Gremlin trying to come back to life. A big knee to the face takes Lewis to the ground. Gremlin going back after that chair that he had earlier. This is a no disqualification match once again, just to remind everybody at home. A big shot to the gut of the gut of Jeremy Lewis. He's waiting. Boom! Big shot to the head. Like a red oak falling. He fell to his doom. Ultimately, he's getting back up. The Superman is not. Oh, and another huge shot right there. Takes him to the ground. This could be the end of the match here. And a pin by Gremlin.
2.
And Lewis gets his shoulder off the mat. Gremlin throwing a strike at the head. Another shot. Just shot after shot. And it looks like he's trying to pin him again. 1 there.
2.
2. Lewis throws him straight up in the air. Both men exhausted though. Lewis throwing Gremlin off of him. About a foot up in the air. Landing behind him. Lewis has something in mind right now. He may be trying for something. Going for a discus and he hits it. The discus clothesline there. A move that he has finished many matches with. He's getting up. What is he looking to do now? He rolls him in the ring. And he's going for a pin, it seems.
1, 2.
And the Gremlin kicks out at a long 2 there. How does the Gremlin have the wherewithal to get his shoulder off the mat to kick out? Lewis just yelling at the Gremlin. And he's putting him into the Man of Steel sleeper. He's got it locked in. No one has ever. Oh, and a huge knee to the head. He has a huge knee to the head. It took Jeremy out of this. He has never escaped that move. And now we have seen a unique way to escape from the Gremlin. Oh, and a big basement drop kick. Another one right there. Big drop kick to Jeremy Lewis, who is partially hanging out of this padded area. He kicks him a couple of times, a couple of stomps from the Gremlin to Jeremy Lewis. And it looks like he's lining him up for something big, possibly a demonic lariat, trying to end this match. His big ending move. Will he do it here? He runs, takes off, demonic lariat. The big clothesline.
1, 2, 3. Ding, ding,
And the Gremlin wins a pinfall victory over the Superman of Submission, Jeremy Lewis. And who is this walking down? Is that is the Alchemist. It has to be the Alchemist, making his way down to, I don't know what he's doing. He's making his way here. He's now beside Jeremy Lewis. And a symbol of victory by the Alchemist and his creation, the Gremlin, over the Superman, Jeremy Lewis. Where are the lights? What just happened? Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Backstage Assault. You have a great rest of your evening.